Millions dead, kids starving, cities destroyed. War is pointless now. With modern warfare, there's countless casualties. In the old days, wars were fought to restore order and to settle scores between rival powers and other reasons. Open your eyes, people. This isn't the 1700s. Nowadays, nations are so powerful they are just searching for an excuse to go to war. And when they actually decide to go to war, it is simply fought for money. War equals money and nothing else. A recent example is when the U.S. invaded the Middle East for oil and money. According to an article by CNN, oil was certainly the central goal of invading, as top U.S. military and political figures have attested to in the years following the invasion. Quote, "Of course it's about oil, we can't really deny that," said General John Abizaid, former head of the U.S. Central Command and Military Operations in Iraq in 2007. The Iraq death toll reached 500,000 since the start of the U.S.-led invasion, according to a study published by the United States in 2003. Let me say that again. 500,000 people killed for oil. A UN report from 2008 placed the number of orphans as a result of the war to be about 870,000. But what if the tables were turned? Can you imagine if a more powerful country invaded our country and killed our parents? Especially if they could have just negotiated, just to take our resources? Many families lose loved ones in times of war. The United States alone has lost more than 1 million soldiers over the course of all the wars it's fought. On top of that, another 1.5 million have been injured, and almost 40,000 people have gone missing. Not to mention, these numbers do not even include civilian deaths and injuries. Maintaining a huge army is extremely expensive and requires a huge amount of funds. Last year, the U.S. military budget was $601 billion. That's more than the next 7 highest spending countries combined. There's no need to spend this much on our military when we could be spending it on other more helpful things, such as our education system or ending poverty. In fact, why are we spending so much money on war when we shouldn't even be going to war in the first place? An example that demonstrates how excessive our funding is the F-22 plane. It costs $150 million each to make, and we built 195 planes, costing us $66.7 billion. These planes are extremely effective, but we have little to no use for them. They have been in service for over a decade and only have 108 kills. In other words, we spent $66.7 billion to kill 108 planes. War is pointless and should never happen again, and that money could have gone towards education. War can easily be avoided and should never happen again. Our kids or our parents shouldn't come home with no legs or arms. Or even worse, die for their country. Who's fighting for money? The sole purpose of war is money. And look how expensive it is to maintain. That money could be going towards our kids' education. $66.7 billion to kill less than 110 people? Seriously? No more war, ever.